Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Teach series. My name is Candace Waggoner, volunteer coordinator with Voices for Children Advocacy Center, where we serve as a voice and as an advocate for children and their families who've been abused and neglected in our community. Today, we're going to talk about what the center does, what services we have, and how you can be a part of ending abuse and neglect in our community. Let's get started.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Candace.
Okay, my name is Candace Waggoner. I'm the volunteer coordinator at Voices for Children Advocacy Center. We are the Child Advocacy Center in Flint, and we also have a center in Shiawassee County, so we serve both communities. I moved from Macomb County to Genesee, and in 2017 I took this position with the center. We are serving foster youth, but I'm really training the community to get involved with the work that we're doing with abused and neglected children and families in the community, and ensuring that you can be a part of their healing process.
What's your favorite part about your job?
Walking in the door and feeling like I'm at my second home. We are set up like a house. I feel like I can take my shoes off. I shouldn't. I'm at work, right? But it's just such a homey feeling. We are a really small agency. We're expanding, and we're really excited about it. But we have a small staff, and so we work really well together to ensure that the child and the family is supported throughout this entire process. We know the family's in crisis, and so we try to see the child from the start, for that forensic interview, all the way through, for support group, counseling, whatever they might need. We're trying to do it within that center, and so it's a really connected, community feel. We're a supportive group. Plus, we have a dog, so that makes it feel even more like home. We have Daphne, who is our Canine Advocate, so she gets to go to court with the kids, or she can sit in on the forensic interviews with the child, so that way they feel more calm and safe to tell their story. Not everybody wants the dog there, but sometimes that is makes you feel safe. Sometimes it's easier to talk to dogs than adults or people. So
So you mentioned talking to the dog. Are there children who actually literally talk to
we provide, so going back to the forensic interviewing, we have a room where there's only ever one interviewer and one child, but the dog could be there, or we have like quiet fidget toys on the table. The child's able to draw if they want, because we know that being distracted or having a different focus other than the person asking you difficult questions about a traumatic experience or experiences really enables the child to be able to tell their story and what happened. So, yeah.
What is the hardest thing about your job?
The hardest thing is seeing the long-term effects on foster care youth or children who've been abused and neglected, and how it's impacting their entire life. So whether it be, educationally or emotionally, physically, we have kids coming to our center who've been sexually abused. And so it's hard to see a child every day in front of you who's experienced the things that you've seen and heard, Yeah.
What is your favorite memory that you've had this far?
Of working at the center?
Yeah.
All of our special events. I would say the dodgeball event is one of my favorites. Just watching grown, adults raise money for children by throwing a ball at each other. It was really fun. So,
what are some things you like to do for fun? Any of your hobbies? Tell us a little about yourself and your background.
Yeah. So I told you I moved from Macomb County. I have my bachelor's in social work, and I went to Oakland University. A lot of the work that I did in Macomb and Oakland and Wayne County was with foster youth, so that is my passion. I'm a mentor, so I started working with her when she was 9, so she's in foster care, and she's going to be 17 this weekend, actually, so planning, now that she's a teen and in her last year of school, what are we going to do? This was my first year of motherhood, so I am a mom. So having fun, watching all those, new things that she's learning and doing. It's been an exciting but different year for life for her. So, yeah, let's see, what do I do? I love to garden, and we just got chickens during quarantine, so I was doing some homesteading. Yeah, I don't know. I do yoga. It's really important in this line of work to be able to take care of yourself. It's a lot of strenuous work, and you're hearing and seeing and reading a lot of negative things. And so making sure that you fill your own cup up and doing different things is really important. So we have some runners on our team. We have some people who read, just doing things to get your mind off and away from some of the things that we're seeing every day.
Is it difficult for you personally, to not take that home at the end of the day?
I know that the work we're doing is not gonna, it's not a 9 to 5 thing. Child abuse is happening on weekends, evenings, in the middle of the night. We get human trafficking cases, and oftentimes those are happening in the evenings, late nights. So, but I know that I have to be present for my family, and so being able to set that aside for a minute and knowing it'll be there tomorrow, I can pick right back up, and still encourage others who's in the life of that child to be their support person, because we're not always going to be there, and that's why we're really trying to provide this information to our community, because it's not going to be solved by just us. This is a community issue. And a societal issue, really.
Well put.
Yeah.
You mentioned being present. What exactly do you mean by being present?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, present for my family. So, if my mind's always focused on what did I see and read today, what is, what needs to happen tomorrow, then I'm not there for my family. I love seeing her. She's taking her first steps right now. So, if I am, taking calls too late into the evening, I'm missing some of those first things that she's working on and doing. So, and then I'm not filling my own cup, making sure that I'm eating and drinking and, being healthy for myself. So, setting boundaries, yeah.
Boundaries are
Yeah.
very important. If you had to pick 3 words to describe yourself with no explanation, what would they be?
Passionate, natural, and let's see. Laid back. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you can go ahead and explain.
Okay. Oh, okay. So passionate. I love the work I do. And I'm passionate about children, and that's what brought me to the center. I'm passionate about life, just enjoying every moment as much as you can, being present, natural. I like to keep things simple, whether it be my diet, not getting too caught up in like all the extra, I like to cut to the chase. Like, let's keep it easy breezy. And then laid back. I guess it goes hand in hand with being natural, but yeah, I just like to go with the flow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a personal level, what is your biggest strength and your biggest weakness?
I think my biggest strength is that I'm passionate, and that I have been doing this. I've been in this role for 3 years, but I've been a social worker for 5, and not getting burnt out, on some of the things we're seeing and hearing, but letting the stories that we're hearing kind of fuel the work that we're doing, and continuing to make it known in our community. And a weakness. I hate public speaking. But in my role, I train volunteers to speak at court, and so really it's important to speak about these things, even if it's uncomfortable, unsafe, or not unsafe, but it's uncomfortable, really, to one, talk about abuse. People don't, it's not something you go out and talk about with family or friends. I don't love public speaking, but it's something we can't hide anymore, ever. It needs to be something that's talked about, and so, yeah, but I think that's definitely something I'm always trying to get over, so. Thank you all for joining us today to learn a little bit more about how you can help us end abuse and neglect. If you've liked anything and want to learn more, please follow us on social media at Voices for CAC on Facebook and Instagram. You can also find us on our website at voicesforcac.org. As always, like if you learned something, and please make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future interviews. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.